For many Palestinians, the devastation of the unfolding Israel-Gaza war is reminiscent of a painful time in their history, known as the Nakba.
The Nakba is the Palestinian catastrophe. It is the series of events that led to the destruction of Palestinian society in 1948.
Let's back up a little. At the turn of the 20th century, Palestine was overwhelmingly Muslim with a significant Christian and Jewish minority. In 1917, Britain announced its support for the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people and took control of Palestine shortly after.
The crux of this entire conflict is that how do you establish a Jewish majority state in a land overwhelmingly populated by Palestinian Arabs who do not identify as Jewish?
First pictures permitted of Jewish refugees on their way from Cyprus to Palestine.
Over the next 3 decades, hundreds of thousands of Jewish people immigrated to Palestine to escape the Holocaust and persecution in Europe. After World War II, tensions in Palestine grew. With the intention of pulling out, Britain turned the problem over to someone else: the newly established United Nations.
At Flushing, Long Island, the General Assembly of the United Nations has made its decision on Palestine.
In 1947, the UN voted to partition Palestine into 2 states, one Arab and one Jewish, allocating a larger portion of the land to the Jewish minority.
How was that going to work? This was clearly an unworkable and disastrous proposal.
Following the partition vote, violent conflict between the 2 groups continued.
The British were instrumental. The very small Jewish community in Palestine, they helped it grow. They helped it institutionalize itself. They helped it in the formation of paramilitary groups. They helped train them and arm them.
In the spring of 1948, the Jewish paramilitary began executing a plan to secure a Jewish majority state.
So Palestinians were either driven out by force, in some cases at gunpoint, or in other times they fled for their lives for fear that they will be massacred.
As the new Jewish state is born.
In May 1948, Israel declared independence, and the Arab-Israeli War began, with several neighboring Arab countries resisting the formation of the new state.
Women flee with what belongings they can carry. And as Palestine struggles for national existence, the conflict catches the inevitable innocent in its toils.
By the end of the war, Israel had expanded its boundaries to 78% of what had previously been Palestine. More than 700,000 Palestinians were displaced from their homes, and hundreds of their villages were destroyed.
I mean, for Israelis, they call it a day of independence. It's the creation of a new state that was the realization of a long-held dream.
After 2,000 years, a Jewish nation once again exists.
For Palestinians, it is the destruction of their society. It is the hell from which they have never recovered yet.
The following decades brought several wars and uprisings. To this day, Israel refuses to allow Palestinian refugees to return home, making them one of the largest stateless populations in the world. In Gaza and the West Bank, Palestinians are kept under constant surveillance and harsh socioeconomic conditions. In October 2023, Israel declared war following a large-scale assault by Hamas militants that left 1,400 dead. In the first 3 weeks of the war, at least 9,200 people in Gaza had been killed in retaliatory Israeli attacks. For many Palestinians in Gaza today, the Nakba continues.
Being faced with the choice of leaving your home behind, even your temporary interim home in the refugee camp, leaving that behind or getting killed is exactly the choice that our parents and grandparents faced in 1948.
احنا حاليا لو بده يصير ايش ما يصير مش حنهاجر لانه ليش احنا هايهم بخبطوا فينا وهذا لكن احنا مش حنطلع من دورنا ولا نهاجر وين بدنا نروح نهاجر مش ضايل اشي